the high seas, Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi everybody, welcome to your August 2018 readings with me. So I wanted to record a little bit of an intro video. I'm going to try my best not to make it too long, guys, but you know me, I love talking to you. So this month's videos are a bit different. I'm using my Triple Goddess Tarot deck, and I'm only using this except for in Gemini's video, because Gemini had the most views last month, so I did pull a few extra cards for the Gemini reading, but this is what the box looks like. A lot of people ask me about this deck. I got it at a spiritual shop in the mall, but very, very cool imagery, and I have never seen anyone else use it. So it's the Triple Goddess deck. If you want to look for the author, it's going to be listed in the description if you guys are interested in this tarot deck. I think it's a really nice deck. So anyways, guys, as far as the readings go this month, they're very intuitive. I don't have any kind of setup, which is kind of strange for me, especially when Virgo season is this close. I usually have some sort of more detailed layout, but I wanted to just flow. Another cool fact about this month's readings is that I'm using reversals. This deck is very, very cool for reversals because the back of the cards, no matter what way they're faced, they're the same imagery kind of. So I used reversals this month, which opened up a whole new can of worms, a whole new world. You know, I do reversals sometimes, but I've never really done them as far as my personal readings, or I've never done them in my monthly readings. But if a card comes out and it's reversed, of course I'm going to read it as reversed. But yeah, this time there's cards that are actually in reverse as I shuffle them in the deck, not that they just fall out and turn reverse themselves. So reversals this month, you guys, which is really unique because these cards have completely different meanings when they're in reverse. So I have opened up reversals for this month, so that's a cool fact. Other than that, I have a 6-card spread, basically the three cards for the first couple weeks of the month, and then 3 cards for the last couple weeks of the month. So yeah, guys, definitely interesting energy coming out so far for August. I have not recorded all the entire videos yet as I record this intro, but so far there's a lot of energy that I feel in the readings. There's a lot of hard messages coming out, and I think that's because this month is mainly experienced with the 7 planets retrograde. We have so many planets in retrograde pushing us to reflect on all these hard different areas of our life. Saturn's retrograde, Chiron, Neptune, I believe Mars, and I think Pluto's still retrograde, and Jupiter went direct and Venus went direct. So there you go. The only 2 planets that are direct right now are, oh, and Mercury's retrograde too, of course. Mercury is about to go direct though, guys, in a few days, around the 19th, I believe. So we'll have to get through the shadow period of that, but there is 7 planets retrograde with only 2 planets straight up, which is Venus and Jupiter. Oh, and Neptune's retrograde too. So there, I must have named all the planets now. The only 2 direct, as I've already mentioned, is Venus, who's in Libra. So as far as you know, August goes, you guys, this is Virgo and Leo energy. Hopefully you like my little Leo theme here. I put on my cheetah bathing suit for the theme. So yeah, most of this month I believe belongs to Leo. I believe September is Virgo's month because we go into September in Virgo season. We go into August in Leo season. So as I've mentioned in my new moon video, there was an eclipse in Leo this month on the 11th. We've had 3 eclipses this month, you guys. 3, well, not this month, but we had eclipse in Cancer, lunar, solar. I think it was solar, lunar, solar. And as the Leo King mentioned, we have not had that happen since 2011, I believe, maybe 2009. It's been a few years. This is very rare for us to have 3 eclipses. Usually we only have 2. Sometimes we have 4, but 3 is very rare. So it's kind of like a trinity. If you ask me, I feel like Cancer, Aquarius, and Leo are up to something, since those were the 3 signs involved with the eclipse's energy. But yeah, guys, we just got through. As I record this, it's August 15th. We have gotten through the major eclipse energy, which is super sudden changes, new beginnings and endings. Eclipses can cause all these random energies in your life. Now, eclipses are cycles of 6, so these can affect us up to the 6 months. And we're dealing with the North Node in Leo and the South Node in Aquarius, which are going to be there until mid-November, I believe. So this is very much opening up, doors to past lives, you guys, and things about the life we're about to enter. This is the North Node and the South Node. I'm gonna have videos coming out about that. But guys, these eclipses fall on the North and South Node pathways. So, the next series of eclipses we're going to have are going to be in Cancer and Capricorn. So Cancer, Capricorn, get ready for this eclipse energy, and for the moon's North and South nodes to enter your sign. So as I was saying, guys, this month is shared by Leo and Virgo energy. So Leo energy is all about, it's the 5th house, right? So we go into August with this 5th house energy of pleasure. Leo is all about pleasure. Leo is ruled by the sun. So for the first half of August, we are under the influence of the sun in integrity. The sun is very, very comfortable in Leo. The sun rules Leo, right? So this is about the center of our galaxy, the center of our universe, right? Who we are, almost like ego a little bit. We know like Leos are the prideful lions. So, this is about who we really are. Leo is about authenticity. So this is about our heart's true desires. And this is the North Node, you guys. So this is the sun passing over the North Node. This is Mercury retrograde in Leo. We had at one point around the 11th, we had the moon and the sun and Mercury in the North Node all together as a stellium. So Leo energy is very important. Leo energy has been important and will be important up until November. Leo energy is always important, but it's just really highlighted in our universe right now with the sun being there, ruling Leo, ruling awareness and happiness and warmth and light and the inner child and, like I said, the heart. So, this month is really about our heart's desires. And the new moon, which is one of the major things happening in this month in Leo, is very important for setting new intentions. I have a whole video about the new moon, so if you want to check that out, that's in my videos. But as far as August, guys, I just know that we had Venus and Virgo we went into August with Venus and Virgo, I believe. Venus just now entered Libra. It's going to be there for the all of August, and it will eventually move into Scorpio. Mercury is retrograde. Jupiter has went direct. All the retrogrades are really important for this month because, like I was mentioning, this is definitely things coming back up from the past. When we have 7 planets in retrograde, it's this is retrograde city, just like the Leo King says. I've been watching him a lot lately. We have a full moon. Holy crap, can't forget to mention that, guys. I'm just trying to be a little bit brief here because I am making some changes that I'm going to talk to you about here in a bit. But there is a full moon in Pisces at the end of the month, guys. This is very important. I'm not going to talk too much about that right now because you know me, I'm always going to have videos for the Pisces full moon or for full moons and new moons and eclipses and stuff like that. So please keep an eye out for my Pisces full moon video where I'm going to pull a tarot card for all the 12 signs as far as guidance, and then I'll just channel some stuff about Pisces energy and the full moon energy. So yeah, guys, new moon in Leo this month, full moon in Pisces at the end of the month. Mercury retrograde, Venus and Virgo moved into Libra. Mars is moved into Capricorn, where it's exalted. Mars was in Aquarius. Mars was featured in that full moon eclipse in Aquarius last month. Now it's back in Capricorn, and it'll be there for a while, and then it'll go back into Aquarius. It'll head back into Aquarius as it goes back direct. And then, Jupiter, I mentioned, is back direct, which is really awesome, in Scorpio energy. So this is definitely, this is our fortune. This is expansion, moving forward now. It's always good to have a planet back. So there's going to be this Neptune and Jupiter trine going on this month, too. That's another thing I wanted to mention is this month, especially in the beginning of the month, there was a lot of squares. Like, if you guys watch the planets, if you deal with Planet Watcher, there was the sky you can actually pull up a picture of the sky, and the sky looked nuts. I mean, there was all these red lines and squares. Oh, it was definitely a nice visual of what actually is going on. Lots of squares. Squares are really, really harsh energies that You know, they just kind of, they need compromise. You need to meet halfway with squares. So we had a lot of squares, guys. And, you know, I'm sure we're all feeling this kind of jarring energy. We're feeling very, very conflicted and, you know, confused. But, you know, this energy is going to pass, you guys. Virgo energy is coming in this month, okay? So we're going to spend the first half of the month really assessing our true heart's desires, stepping into this the new version of ourselves that Leo is showing us. This has to do with our destiny and where we're going in life with the North Node. So you want to follow your true heart's direction. And then, you know, at the second half of the month, we move from this fifth house energy collectively to this sixth house energy, which is health. The health of our universe is going to come up. The lifestyle we're all living collectively, the service we offer others. This is Virgo. And Virgo is good with details, okay? Virgo is this earth energy. We haven't had earth energy since Taurus. So this has been a few months here without earth. So this is all going to ground, you know, the passion that we're feeling. And all, even some of us are feeling angry and just kind of wired and like, I don't know, jet lagged, whatever you want to call it. Like we have all this energy, but no drive. But Mars is going to help with that. And then, you know, Virgo's going to come in and ground all this for us and logically analyze, you know, what's real about our lifestyle. I like Virgo. You know, I'm a Pisces. Virgo is my opposite sign. This is the seventh house for Pisces. And again, guys, in the videos, I'm going to be breaking down where Leo is for all of you guys independently and where Virgo is. So we've got fifth house and sixth house energy, which means we're experiencing the cusp of exposure this month. So the Leo Virgo cusp is the cusp of exposure. So this cusp is obviously going to expose some deep things about our lifestyle and about our pleasures and about maybe our hidden pleasures and how fun our lifestyles actually are or aren't. But the cusp of exposure can expose anything. You know, anytime anything moves from Leo to Virgo, it goes through the cusp of exposure. That might be something that you want to look up, especially if you're born around the 17th and the 25th of August. This is that really heavy exposure energy where things are going to come up to the surface and, you know, really weird times, you guys. But as a Pisces, my advice is always to go with the flow and, you know, to just kind of take it easy as the universe sorts some of this stuff out. Okay, the universe has gone through a lot of changes too. A lot of people don't realize that the universe has a body too, a mind, a heart, a head, a purpose, a desire. So these things are all working themselves out, as above, so below, the universe within us within the universe. So, you know, I think we should just look forward to some of the details becoming more grounded at the end of the month. And like I said, that cusp of exposure that the sun's going to go through and the moon, and, you know, the moon becoming full in Pisces at the end of the month, which wraps up our whole entire zodiac. And then we start fresh with a new full moon in Aries next month when Libra season comes in. You know, we're at August, guys. It's kind of nuts, but yeah, and also I just want to mention here before I end the video and head into the readings, guys, I think I'm going to start doing things a little bit differently. I'm not really sure if it's necessary anymore to have, you know, intros in my videos. I don't know, guys. I might record very short intros like, hey guys, welcome to your video, see you, bye. But as far as the astrology that I go into, I've had a lot of signs from my personal spirit guides to just kind of switch that up. I'll be able to get my videos out a lot earlier, a lot sooner. It's these intros that kind of, you know, keep me from having my videos out at the beginning of August. I always have my videos come out like end of the month, and it's like, why does anyone want to hear about August when, you know, my July videos were really late too. I didn't get many people watching those messages. So I think it's just best if I start recording my astrology videos separately. So for those of you who really like hearing about, you know, different planets and where those are at, I'm going to start uploading separate astrology videos about Jupiter and Neptune and Mercury and retrogrades and squares and all that. That way I can kind of fully focus on astrology in one area, and then I can focus on tarot here. So I think in September I'm really going to start that, guys, where when you click on my video, there's no longer an intro. You just get right in. And I'm going to try not to talk too much about astrology, because there's some people who really just don't have the time to listen to my videos for hours. All my videos are like hours long. So there is some changes coming to my channel, guys. And I just think that's for the best. But for those of you who really do like astrology, that's still going to be available for you. I'm still open for personal readings. Thank you so much to those who have donated and who have helped me out. by just supporting my channel. As you guys know, some of you who have watched me for a while now, I don't work in the physical world as of right now. Who knows? I might in the future, but for a while now, I've just really been diving into my own creative, spiritual Pisces second house. My resources come from very spiritual things. So I just want to personally thank all of you who reach out to me and trust me with your spiritual guidance. It means the world to me. This is something I'm very passionate about. So thank you guys for watching, and those of you who have subscribed and supported me, it means so much. Welcome to all the new watchers, all the cross watchers, and people who are new watching for the first time. I hope you enjoy. And without further ado, let's jump into your personal readings, guys. Bye. Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your August video with me. So I am doing things a bit differently this month, guys. I'm definitely in the middle of changing certain things, so I'm just kind of allowing myself to be flexible, allowing whatever messages to come out for August, while I kind of find my own new way of recording and stuff like that. Like, a lot of changes going on. So I really do want to get into your messages for this month. And as far as the astrology information, like, I am going to incorporate some astrology, but guys, I'm really going to start, you know, putting my astrology information in different areas of my YouTube. I'm not going to continue covering the whole month in my intro videos. I'm probably just going to record separate videos for the astrology month ahead, you know. So this will probably be one of my last months where I cover the astrology in the intro, and then for September you can really just look forward to tarot videos from me, and I'm going to try to make them a lot shorter, like not this month. This month they're about 50 minutes, but that's still better than hour and 30-minute recordings. Sometimes my readings are 2 hours long, and while I appreciate that, I appreciate long readings in tarot. But some people, you know, really come here for guidance, and they're like, they got like 15 minutes before work. And for those people, I kind of want to allow them better access to my videos. So yeah. But I am going to mention how, you know, Cancer, you've already experienced your solar return, and that was your first house. So, you know, July was huge for you guys. A lot of, obviously, you know, new awareness is coming in about people, places, and things, yourself and in others. And besides that, you know, you've been on the earth for another year, so there's automatically downloads that happen every year. We've experienced Earth. That's definitely, you know, our perception changes because we know more, we've seen more. So the intensity of the sun has moved through you. The intensity of the moon in the eclipse has moved through you from your first house to your second house. So before we can go through first house energy, we have to go through 12th house energy. Before we can transform and go through second house energy, we have to go through first house energy. So you went through your 12th house of Gemini, you've been through your first house of Cancer, and now you are in your second house of Leo. So Leo is all about your resources. You know, if you've ever wondered why you're very passionate about the work you do, or if you're very passionate about the resources you have, which is your home environment, or, you know, your finances, your personal worth and value, that's because Leo rules that for Cancer. So, you know, you're all about, you know, innocent resources and keeping your resources happy and pleasure. You know, like, Cancer likes to gain pleasure from their resources because Leo is your second house. So the month of August is all about Virgo season and Leo season. So we've got a trade-off of energies going on. So August starts out with Leo energy. First couple of weeks is Leo season, which is that second house energy we were just talking about. And then we have a shift from Virgo to Leo. So this shifts from your second house to your third house. And we had a new moon eclipse in your second house. So this could be some changes to your finances this month, Cancer, or changes to your worth, your value. Maybe there's resources coming in, resources going out, resources being added, resources being taken away. This is just eclipses bringing new beginnings and endings. So this could be new jobs, old jobs, increases, decreases in resources and finances, all different for all different Cancers. And then we have that moving into your third house of communication. So that the second half of August is going to be all about your communication, your short distance travel. So this is like traveling short distances to communicate, traveling short distances and communicating with new people. Because of that, we have the Two of Wands coming out. So the Two of Wands, Cancer, is a decision. Okay, August is all about staying comfortable or growing. So there are two different roads here coming up for you in August, and you might not be taking a close enough look at this. It might have to do with a Taurus, Virgo, or it might have to do with a Taurus, a Cancer. I am so sorry. It might have to do with a Taurus or a Libra or an Aries. We definitely have some Taurus energy here. But it could be with any sign. It could be between two people, two different jobs. But as I was saying, I'm just trying to shuffle your cards here. I am doing reverses this month, so I'm just allowing Spirit to show me when cards need to be reversed. We have a significant King of Pentacles, Magician, Tower, Star card, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So we have the Hermit card at the bottom of the deck. We have the Lovers card. So we have Gemini and Virgo at the bottom of your deck, Cancer. This could be a significant Gemini, Virgo energy, or it could be Mercury. So there could be a decision here that you need to make. I'm definitely seeing decisions for you, Cancer. And you might just want to seek your own solitude in your relationships this month too. Like if you're a Cancer who's in a relationship, you might just be trying to spend a little bit more time alone. We do have Cancer. There's a significant Aquarius showing up here too. And it's interesting that we had Gemini and Virgo, Mercury, because we do have the Mercury card here, the Magician. So there might be something that you're not manifesting this month, Cancer, because you're afraid of it falling apart. Or maybe there's just certain resources that are falling apart for you this month, because we do have your second house. Remember that eclipse? So the Magician is all about, resources. This is the Magician has all the tools he needs, and tools are resources. So this is in reverse. So I'm seeing that this eclipse in Cancer's second house has really caused them to feel like their resources are not as grounded as what they would like them to be. There could be a significant earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, linked to this. But, the Magician in reverse is not believing you have enough resources to really stop something from falling apart, or from stopping yourself from falling apart. Could be linked to an Aquarius. This could just be the faith in the situation, though. Like, you're trying to stay hopeful in a situation that, there's more than what meets the eye. Like, you could be looking at a bare apple tree, but Spirit is saying in 2 days there's going to be a bunch of apples on that tree, Cancer. Please wait. So basically it's about keeping faith for something to grow. Keeping faith that you're going to receive, fruition in abundance. But you don't feel like you have enough tools for this. This is that second house eclipse. And something falling apart materialistically. It could be with a Virgo, could be with a Gemini, could be Aquarius. But either way, Cancer for some reason is not feeling very resourceful. Even though there's a Magician energy. The only tool the Magician really needs is his mind. Because he can access all the 4 elements in his mind. So that's why Mercury, the Magician, is kind of expressed with all 4 elements, because you can manifest something emotionally, you can manifest something physically, you can manifest something spiritually or passionately, or all the elements. You can manifest everything that you need, but you just have to believe that things can change in your favor. Now that was a huge message there, so I'm just gonna shuffle a bit more. Excuse me, guys. So we do have some significant energy going on here. We've got some energy going on here that matches the Taurus reading. So if you're a Cancer dealing with a Taurus energy, or if you're a Cancer with Taurus energy, just know that the Taurus and the Cancer reading are kind of resonating. If I remember correctly, the World card and the Knight of Pentacles were the first 2 cards in Taurus's reading as well. So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. There's something painful here, Cancer, that it could be with a Capricorn or with your opposite sign. Could be Pluto in Capricorn, could be Mars entering Capricorn this month, could be Saturn in Capricorn. This is all in your 7th house. So there's a lot of 7th house energy for Cancers that not everyone might be realizing. So let's get you 3 more cards here. Well, 2 of them just popped over. We have the 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles again. So this is definitely a resource reading for you, Cancer. Because you're definitely going through second house energy, which is why you have 3 Pentacle cards. So let's get one more energy for Cancer for August 2018, please. What's going on for Cancer? And it just fell on the floor. Bottom of the deck is the Magician in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So we have swords, we have pentacles. We don't have any fire, earth, or water. So no wonder the Magician here is in reverse for you guys, because this is about you not feeling like you can manifest what you need to manifest in August for yourself. You're not feeling like you have the right amount of resources, and that's because that eclipse is there. This is about manifestation, but I want you to know that there's an underlying energy here about you having more than enough resources. All you have to do is manifest. These are 2 manifestation cards. It's just telling me that Cancer doesn't feel like there's magic on their side. You don't feel like you can magically create something out of nothing. You can't create money out of nothing, right? You can't create emotions out of nothing, but Cancer, mentally you can. And you guys are the Chariot card. The Chariot card talks about mental strength. So there's something here about, this might be Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is happening in Leo. Hello, Pisces priestess. That's a significant thing in August. But don't worry, at the end of August, Mercury is going to go back direct, and you're going to start feeling like you do have the resources. So when Mercury goes retrograde in a person's second house of resources, it can cause a person to feel like they don't have the funds, or that they don't have the mental capacity to create or manifest what they need abundant wise. You definitely don't feel like you're very abundant in August, and there's a decision that you need to make about that. But there's going to be a message that comes in here that gives you the opportunity to either grow or stay in a comfortable position. If you're comfortable with not having the resources that you want, Cancer, that needs to change. So we're going to turn on the light here, metaphorically and realistically and all those good things. So yeah, Cancer, this is definitely about you knowing that you have the power to manifest. You have this Ace of Wands here. So this is like the universe telling you that you're still magical, Cancer. The Ace of Wands is very magical. The Ace of Wands is about manifestation. It's about passion. It's about creativity. But we've got that Mercury retrograde really messing with you guys. Mercury in reverse. This is Mercury in reverse, retrograde. So there's something here about reflecting on the resources you have mentally, emotionally, passionately, physically. When Mercury goes retrograde, it's a time to reflect mentally on things in our life. So let's see what's going on. First two weeks of August, just like Taurus, it looks like you're kind of giving up on something financially. Like this is taking too long. A lot of us entered August expecting things to really pick up momentum, but we're kind of realizing that we are literally waiting way too long for something. Person, place, or thing. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, something to do with money. Could be waiting to hear back on a job, but either way, this is like something that's moving slow. And to make it even worse, it's something that's not done yet. It's a cycle that is not done completing, because we have the world in reverse. So this is a Saturn card. This card talks about Saturn. And so there's something here that's not karmically over. It could be with an earth sign. It could be with a Capricorn. It could be with an Aquarius. Those are 2 signs that did show up for you in this reading. Like, this is Cancer feeling like they're already submerged by an energy. And then, the universe saying, hey, take a little bit more. This is like someone who's like filled up. Like, this is like someone who's in a tank of water, who can barely breathe as it is, and then someone coming in and adding 4 more buckets of water, like, here, can't you take some more? And you're like, no, I'm already like up to my neck and things like this. I've had it up to here is what I'm here. I have had it up to here with you. That's what I just heard in my head. So when this is in reverse, I do think that this is like a draining energy. It's like there's a connection here cosmically to something, and it's like draining you. And it's also taking a very long time. So this is linked to the world. Like, there's something about your world that is moving very slowly right now, Cancer, and it could be linked to your finances or your resources, but it's okay, because we have 2 knights. Okay, so This tells me that the first couple weeks of August for Cancer were very much about forward movement, which Cancer loves, forward movement. That's why you're ruled by the Chariot, which is literally forward movement, victory, like fast forward movement. And I just said fast forward. So some of you guys are really wanting to fast forward. You know, please don't fast forward my reading or it won't make sense, but some of you guys are really wanting to something to move faster than what is moving. You know, some of you guys, it might be weird because usually water signs want to rewind. Like, and that's what's going on in our universe this month in August, you guys. Like, there's so many retrogrades going on, including Saturn. So we've got 2 planets showing up for you in your reading, Cancer, and they're both showing up retrograde because they're retrograde. So Saturn retrograde, right here, Saturn, the world, and Mercury retrograde. So Mercury and Saturn, so karmic thoughts, karmic communication. This is definitely Saturn being retrograde in your 7th house. So for some of you, this could be a relationship you're waiting on that you feel is not over karmically, but you're like, oh my God, like it's just taking way too much. It's taking way too much patience. It's taking too much time. When the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse, he's taking even a longer amount of time than what he takes in the upright. He's already the slowest knight. So this is like a grandma that's running a race that just broke her leg. So it's like, man, you were already slow before, but now you're going to be even slower than slow. So there's something here that it's like a slow energy that's being, that you're like, okay, so some of you guys might have already waited for 2 years for something or 2 months, and then you get a call and you're being asked to wait even longer. That's what this kind of seems like to me. That you're getting, like, so this is like someone told you, oh, we're gonna meet, we're finally gonna meet, I'm gonna drive to you on you know, August 15th, and then on August 15th you get a call even though you've waited already to meet this person for so long. They're telling you, hey, so this is like deadlines being like, you know what I'm saying, like something getting pushed back farther. And oh, you know, sorry Cancer, I know you've waited for 2 weeks already, but you know, you have to just wait. So our patience is being tested right now, our mental patience. Saturn is really testing our patience right now, Cancer. It's testing us by showing us things that we want, showing us how they're possible, but purposely making us be responsible about those things. Like, yes, the cake is done. You know, there's a beautiful cake and you're so starving, right? You want to eat this cake, but you need to exercise for 40 minutes if you're going to eat a piece of this cake. So you see how Saturn's doing things like that? Like, there's things that we want, but Saturn wants to, for you, it's relationships, Cancer, because this is happening in your 7th house. So the resources in your relationships are coming up here in August. You know, there might be a relationship that you're involved in, but for some reason this person is not contributing financially. Like, I see two cards here that tell me that, you know, you're waiting on something. It doesn't have to be financial. It can just be something that's, you know, physical that you can see. So just like Taurus, Cancer is waiting for some physical evidence about something, but your world is upside down. You know, so there's something here that just know that even though something is kind of at a standstill, like there's a halt. Your world is at a halt, Cancer. And I know that is really making me think of the Chariot card, because the Chariot card is the Cancer card and it's at a halt. It's at a standstill. So you've reached a point in your journey in August. August is like a huge standstill for most of us. But as I was saying, just because something isn't moving in one area of your life, that doesn't mean things are not moving in another area of your life, because we have 2 knights here surrounded by the world. One knight, here's the world, and then this knight goes here. So the fact that your world is upside down in August, it's surrounded by the need to take action about what is upside down in your world. What would turn your world right side up, Cancer? Because we have these 2 knights, which is two different versions of movement. So financially, things are probably not moving very well right now with Mercury retrograde in your 1st house or 2nd house. Things are probably not moving very good with an earth sign, with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could find the earth signs in your life this month are very lackluster. They're very financially consumed, so they're not really like showing you the effort you want. This Knight of Pentacles symbolizes a lot of different things for you, Cancer. Let me get a drink of water here. So yeah, I'm not sure if you're just waiting for action financially or if you're waiting for action from an earth sign, but it's contributing to the first two cards here are related. But like I said, just because financially something's not moving very strong, maybe you don't really feel like your resources are very promising, but there's this Knight of Swords that's moving fine. And this is a very fast knight. So you've got very, very slow movement and very, very fast movement surrounding your world, which is currently turned upside down in August because Saturn is retrograde. So there's just some reflection here. You guys might be reflecting on your world this month, reflecting on different actions that you can take. Like, what can I do mentally about this? This really does remind me of the Chariot, because the Chariot is all about mental victory. So there is mental victory here. As far as action, you take action you take action to it or for it at the beginning of the month. There's mental action. But at the end of the month, there's still some sort of lack of clarity because we end with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Now, this could be a person in your life. This could be someone who's kind of cold and who you're arguing with. This is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that might be leaving your life, or you're kind of cutting them out or something. So to me, this looks like lies or something, But before we get into that, let's just kind of keep on going with this message here. So you definitely need to take action, Cancer, mentally and physically. There's someone very slow in your life. There's someone who's moving very fast in your life. And, you're not really sure how to balance that out. But there is movement here. It's for real. If it's not moving financially, you can move mentally. There's a need to reflect here mentally and financially. Especially financially, because we have 3 Pentacle cards. Okay, and 2 of those Pentacle cards are reversed. We do have the 8 and the 7. So to me, moving from an 8 to a 7 shows a decrease. So some of you guys might be dealing with pay cuts temporarily, or temporary financial strife. Like this might be the increase of bills and the decrease of financial income. So you feel like you're just falling behind financially, I guess. But you do have the 8 of Pentacles. So this is about you working really, really hard this month. Even though Mercury's retrograde in your 2nd house, like you're still creating money out of nothing, basically, which is reminding me of this magician. Some of you guys really might be magically creating things this month. You might be running into money, finding money in really mysterious ways, but you do have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself enough. You have the ingredients to make anything you want, but now you're gonna have to stand in the kitchen and actually do it. So yeah, 8, we move from the 8 to the 7. So it's like you work really hard at something, but maybe you're not seeing it come to fruition right now because of that retrograde, all the retrograde energy. Everybody's world is turned upside down right now. But you just have to believe in yourself enough to know what's worth it and what's not. If you're looking at the bush of your life, the universe is telling you to take a strong look at this, especially during the end of the month on that Pisces full moon, that you are going to feel very strongly, Cancer, as a water sign. You're going to be feeling a lot of emotion being ruled by the moon and stuff like that. So, just be careful what you're reaching for, because you might stop reaching for something towards the end of the month. You might stop waiting, because this is a waiting energy. The 7 of Pentacles is a person who's taking a break from hard work. So you definitely are. This is what this message is that you're definitely taking a break from hard work because you're starting to see that it's not really helping your world any. It's not really benefiting you. There's a lot here. This could be different jobs. Okay, remember you had 2 different choices. So this could be you choosing one job over the other because one pays more, or maybe one pays less, but at least you actually see financial gain there. You could be making some decisions like that where it seems like it'll mess your world up, but it really won't, Cancer. So we have this Queen of Swords here at the end here. We have 2 sword cards right on top of each other. So these cards all are linked together. You know, your world is upside down because there's just something that's not growing, right? There's something that's not worth your hard work anymore. Because let me tell you, Cancer, you have been working really hard. You could be working mentally at this, you could be working emotionally, but you guys have been, while there's the absence of some sort of Knight of Pentacles character, so basically there's been the lack of action in an area of your life, and you've been trying to fill in for that lack of action, especially financially. You know, someone could have dropped the ball financially and you kind of had to pick up the slack. But still, you know, you're starting to reflect on your world. You're starting to reflect on the relationship you have with your resources, with your finances. And, you know, if there's certain things that you're putting hard work into that are just not coming to fruition, then I don't think you're going to continue working that hard on that relationship, that person, that place, that thing, that job. You know, because there's something here about you not having clarity in August. Like, there's too many masks, you know. When this is this way, the mask is being cut off, right? There's a character that's being revealed. But when this is reversed, this means that you need to be careful. Because there's people in your life that could potentially be masked. Like, you might not know who they really are. You might not know who you really are, but you don't have clarity right now, Cancer. So there's something here that you need to gain clarity about. Remember, this whole reading has to do with you feeling like you can magically manifest something. So there is going to be resources that just randomly come to you. Trust me, I have a Pisces second house, so I know all about having to manifest my own resources. Okay, and then other than that, this is about you really tapping into your own magic, not feeling lonely when you're alone, knowing that you can financially stand alone on your own self, and also free yourself from any financial prisons. But you ultimately have to make the decision first before you hear any news about any of this stuff. Before you get a message from a lover, before you get a message about a job, it's all about you stepping into your manifestation abilities. This could be you messaging someone else. But we do have the Seven of Swords here, so just be very careful. Because there is a battle that you're going to be fighting. Okay, and it has something to do with some sort of betrayal or deception. So this was a very short reading. So I'm going to actually get another spread for you guys, for those of you who did not resonate with that energy. So let's get a second spread for Cancer. I'm actually going to change the flow of the energy here by putting other cards right side up. So you see how I'm just kind of shuffling and letting Spirit tell me when the cards need to be reversed. We have a jumper, and we have the Magician card come out again, Cancer, but this time it's right side up. So no matter what way you look at it, it's like, you know, your resources are linked to the inability to manifest. So I hope you see this. Now the same cards came out for you, but now some of them that are in reverse were actually right side up now. Okay, so the message still applies. This is just when your world turns right side up. This is when you do get clarity over, you know, the people, places, and things that are worth waiting for, worth putting in the work. This is when, you know, this is so weird now. The Knight of Pentacles is something that you waited for a very long time actually shows up, and something that's been here the whole time actually starts leaving. You know, and then we have the King of Cups, which is your energy, the Three of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. So we have Cancer here finally starting to work together with their creative manifestations. We finally have you, you know, following the plan that you feel manifested wise. Now this could be a third party situation with a water sign and a fire sign. But we have the Wheel of Fortune here. So this is definitely about things turning in your favor finally. But the message on the table here is the Aries card. We have the Emperor, and it's in reverse. So, you know, this is either an Aries in your life who feels like they're kind of powerless. This is an Aries who feels like they're not really they don't really have the authority that they need in their life. This could be a father figure. This could be the father of your children, or maybe you are a father. But this is like not really having authority. This is not empowerment. This is a lack of control. But this is also authority figures losing authority in your life. So this could be a boss. Some of you guys might be a boss, but there's just something not right here with an Aries energy. And also, if there's a boss in your life, they just might not be too happy. You might be a boss, Cancer, and you might just not feel very happy right now. or you might not feel very empowered. So, okay, now we have the Nine of Wands. So there's a battle here that you need to step into your authority and your power about. You know, it's like there's someone in your life who doesn't do, there's someone in your life, Cancer, that orders you around, and it's like you're able to intuitively feel, Chariot card. You're able to intuitively feel that you know, this definitely has to do with a boss for some of you, because we have the Five of Pentacles that almost just came out, and that's dealing with, like, some of you guys might be dealing with, like, bosses who are threatening to fire you or something like that. I don't know, but I see that this Emperor is trying to boss around this Nine of Wands right here. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. We have the Emperor, and he's pointing his wand at the person in the Nine of Wands. So this is, to me, this is like someone who is in a lower position than you. Like, they do not have authority over you, but they're still trying to boss you around from the bottom of the barrel. And you're like, there's some fights going on with that. You know what I mean? Like, there's some energy going on with that. And you're really defensive against this Aries. I see Cancer and Aries on the table, and both of you guys are in reverse. So there could be a significant Cancer-Aries duo in a fight going on between that Cancer and that Aries. And it might be a boss. It might be, if it's not a Cancer and an Aries, then it's about victory over authority. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So we have two nines here, and it looks like a 9 and a 6. When 9 is reversed, it looks like a 6. So there could be some, what that just reminded me of is that, you know, people just see things in different ways, Cancer. High Priestess. Talk about seeing things in a different way. Definitely an Aries energy for this message coming out for the rest of you. So what I was going to say is that these battles that are going on, like it's linked to someone who's very defensive in the way that they communicate. They're very defensive, and like, so there's someone here in this situation who you can tell is kind of aggressive. This is like aggressive communication. Maybe this is someone aggressively, like, not communicating. But this is aggressive energy, and I see it's linked between a Cancer and an Aries. Those are two very strong cardinal energies. So there's a lot of emotion here, and there's a lot of power here. And this is someone who has a lot of emotion, and someone who has a lot of authority, who's not being appreciated for that. They're not being looked at. So these are two very powerful people who are experiencing a lack of power in August. So if it's not a Cancer and an Aries, this has to do with authority and your victory. So you might not be feeling very victorious, Cancer. This is your card. Remember, I kept feeling, I kept being shown this card in your other reading, because I seen the Knight of Swords. So this is about mental victory, right? The Chariot, this Chariot is really on a path. Remember, I told you to think about the path that you're choosing to, Cancer, this month. So this must be when you guys choose a path, but it is reversed. So Cancer, you are coming up very reversed. Like, your world is in reversed this month, and it's because of all the battles that you're fighting internally. You're fighting battles with authority figures, and that's because Saturn, man. Saturn is opposing you. So when Saturn opposes you, you deal with a lot of people in your life. When Saturn is opposing you, when Saturn is in your 7th house, you could deal with a lot of, you know, you can deal with authority in your relationships. Like, Cancer, I wouldn't be surprised if you're with people who are just trying to have authority over you. Or if your father or your boss is coming up here. But there's also a lack of empowerment. Like, there might be, if this is having to do with you, you might not feel like you have the authority to defend yourself or to fight this last battle, because the Nine of Wands is about fighting a battle. And the thing that I haven't said yet is that if these are two people, if this is a Cancer and an Aries, or if this is someone who's very emotional and very powerful, if this is someone who's very, this could be like someone who's losing the ability to manipulate you. Someone's losing power over Cancer, even though they're feeling a little bit reversed. Like, someone is seriously losing the power to manipulate Cancer, and it's because Saturn is about to go direct. Also, Mars has entered your 7th house. So I want you to be very careful, Cancer, of aggression and war, because I'm feeling a Mars energy here, because this is Mars. Mars is Aries, the Nine of Wands is Aries. So this is about Mars and Saturn being in your 7th house. We also have Pluto there. So You know, a lot of these battles that some of you are going through are really silly battles about whether this is a 9 or a 6. Because I seen this post on Facebook that said, you know, people just see things differently, and there's a 6 being there's a number that's written on the floor, and there's one person standing here and another person standing in the opposite direction, and they're basically fighting over it, whether this is a 9 or a 6. So what spirit just showed me is that some of these fights that you're fighting, Cancer, literally is because you're seeing things in a different way. And that might be why Cancer, why these reverse cards are coming up. Because when a card is in reverse, what if that just means that you're trying to see things in a different way? You know, Cancer, I really do feel like you're trying to see things in a more intuitive way. This is your card. This is a Pisces. We have Pisces energy here. We have 2 Pisces cards at the bottom, and with the 9 of Swords in reverse. So I love to see the 9 of Swords in reverse, because this means that you're no longer staying up late at night fighting your sleep, fighting sleep battles, subconscious battles. This is, you know, you fighting your own mind, mental battles. I see mental battles here. And you have 2 9s in your reading. So that means that you're very close to a completion, which means you're very close to a new beginning, which means you're very close to a celebration. So there is something here about you about ready to take a risk. You're about to leap into a completely new life, and you're going to celebrate this risk. You're going to celebrate this new beginning. This is going to be something that you celebrate emotionally. But first, we have to get through this mental energy in this battle. So there is something here that you need to battle mentally. And you end the month here with the High Priestess, which this is significant for that Pisces full moon at the end of the month, because these are 2 Pisces cards. The Knight of Cups is also a Pisces card. So there's a Pisces and an Aries here. There's Cancer here. There's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Aries. So we see cups, we see fire, we see swords. But I don't see, okay, wands, so fire, swords, so air, cups, so water. So you're missing pentacles. So again, Cancer, in your reading, it's reiterated that Cancer is struggling financially right now. You are very, very much having anxiety over finances. You know, you're fearing poverty right now. You're having anxiety over your job or over your career with your boss. There's just like a lot of battles you're fighting mentally about not feeling very victorious, which means when a Cancer doesn't feel victorious, when a Cancer feels like they can't move forward emotionally, mentally, physically, that means they feel a lack of power, which means that's the battle you're fighting. You're fighting a battle. These battles you're fighting in August are to empower you. They're for you to gain more victory. Now, we do have forward movement here with emotion at the end of the month because of that Pisces energy. This could be a new love offer from an Aries in your past that, you know, hasn't been in your life for a while, because the Aries is in reverse. Or this is you gaining authority over, you know, your emotional action, or over a Pisces, Aries. You know, this is a completion. There's a lot here about completion, because Pisces and Aries is a completion, right? So, you know, as things move emotionally, it's so interesting as water signs how when things move emotionally, we gain more mental clarity, because this is you gaining clarity over whether you see a 6 or a 9. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a petty argument. Nobody's right. So if you are fighting with someone in August, please know that both of you are right, and that it's all about compromise. Like, you're really going to need to compromise, Cancer, with authority. You're going to need to compromise your victories. You're going to have to compromise and move a little bit slower in August, you know, and not be in such a rush, because the High Priestess is all about quietness. She's secretive. You know, this is about you tapping into your intuition, into your emotion. This is that Pisces full moon. So the Pisces full moon for you guys is going to really help you emotionally. It's going to really symbolize a completion for you. It's going to help you step back into your emotional authority, because there is emotional authority coming up here in the fact that you're fighting that mentally. And, you know, there's going to be victory here spiritually. There's a spiritual victory here that Cancer is going to gain. And you're going to gain it in a way you never thought. You're going to take a different path than what you're usually used to taking. This is you taking a different route to your victories. You're being rerouted, Cancer, and you're going to be routed to a cliff where you have no choice but to jump off that cliff and just keep keep faith and keep hope that there's going to be something that catches you at the end of this journey. And there is going to be, Cancer. This is a promising new beginning. This is what you have to do at the end of August to step into September energy, which looks oh man, yeah. It looks very happy for you. September, the underlying energy of August looks very, very promising. Like, this is a Leo for some of you, but this is also the sun. So when the sun enters Virgo, you know what I'm saying? This is going to be a celebration. This is happiness. This is literally fulfillment. This could be some of you gaining awareness over a third party. So you might finally choose who you want, what job you want. This is 3 different options that you gain clarity over. You know, instead of being at a crossroads, you finally choose a path, and I'm telling you, it's going to be one you haven't chose before. This is you choosing happiness and celebration. This is you choosing warmth and success. And it might have to do with that Pisces moon or with a fire sign, because I'm seeing Pisces and Aries here a lot. And the 6 of Pentacles. So this is when you finally, you know, things balance out financially, Cancer. You know, and you do make a decision. Even though, you know, if it might be a little bit painful to the heart, just keep your happiness in mind. It's like kind of like what my guides just showed me is Peter Pan, because you have to think of a happy thought in order to fly, right? So think of your happy place. What would be happy for you, Cancer? And so if you think of something happy during this fall, during this leap of faith, you're going to fly. Okay, you are going to fly, and you're going to fly right into a sunshiny world of happiness and abundance. This is the sun and the 3 of Cups, so this is a celebration and something happy, because you're finally becoming enlightened to seeing something in a different way. You know, that's why all these cards are reversed for you, Cancer, because you just need to see something from a different angle, because there's a path that you weren't seeing because of how it looked. It looks scary, you know, it looks like you'll get lost. But honestly, Cancer, there's an option in your life that seems less appealing to you that is absolutely the way that you should go. So I want you to think about all that and kind of reflect on that going through August, and hopefully these messages helped you. Please let me know what you guys thought as far as reversals and as far as like shorter videos and less astrology talk. I'm interested in all the opinions. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this and how it resonated with you. And other than that, I will talk to you on the full moon in Pisces for my full moon video. And if I don't see you there, I will see you in September. Bye, guys.